This year's Leafs have been really, really interesting with... They've almost been the opposite of what they normally are. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is typically the Leafs survive off of their scoring, and they're not particularly... I wouldn't say they're a bad defensive team. To be fair, under Keefe, they were generally okay. And that's something that they had improved upon. And we all know that defensive play matters in the playoffs 100%. It's actually incredibly, incredibly, incredibly important. Now, but the one thing that they've actually been really good at is their goaltending has just been excellent, right? Anthony Stolarz has been lights out by far. A home run, not only a home run, but a grand slam of a signing by the Toronto Maple Leafs and Brad Trevor. He deserves a lot of credit for that. But their bottom six has been a massive, massive issue, and just scoring in general. Now, I understand that you can maybe say, well, Auston Matthews is out. That's a huge blow to their scoring, which is true. But for whatever reason, the Maple Leafs still tend to be very good without their top scorer. It's almost like they win more without him. I think they have a better winning record or something like that without him, which is it just makes no sense, but whatever. But now today we have learned that Jarnkrok is going to be out indefinitely. Sports hernia surgery, groin sports hernia surgery, along those lines. And out indefinitely, that does not mean... that's not good. That essentially means they're saying, don't even call us. Don't call us, we'll call you with Jarnkrok. Now, I was kind of talking to my friend about this, and we were talking about it, and he was alluding to the fact that it's not a big deal. I very much disagree. I think if there's one thing, actually two things that I could point to that the Maple Leafs need to fix this year, it is their center position, which has been objectively awful. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys watched that 3v3 overtime recently with, I think it was the Caps. I can't remember which team, but I remember watching David Camp roll out there in 3v3 overtime. When you have David Camp rolling out in overtime, you got some issues. Straight up. You ain't doing well down the middle. So they need to prove their down the middle scoring. But they also, down the middle just play and scoring. But they need to improve their bottom six. Their bottom six has been anemic. This is why I've been saying they should make some changes there. Like, if you have a bottom six that is performing this badly, it's just been objectively awful, why not try some new things? Now, I'm not saying these new things that I'm going to say are going to work, but, I mean, can it be better than nothing? You know what I mean? Can it be better than the worst possible thing that you can get from your bottom six? Call up Grabenkin. Put Camp on the third line, God forbid. I mean, I guess they're going to have to do that. Call up Grabenkin. See what he can give you. Make a line of Steves and Grabenkin. Honestly, man, Fraser Minton's got 4 points in 4 games. Like, I understand that they don't want to rush Fraser Minton, but, I mean, for the love of God, it's really hard watching David Camp on ever. Like, listen, I have no problem with him as a player. I think if you put him in the right position, he's a fine player, but it's just been a struggle. They have to try something. Honestly, Ryan Reeves getting suspended, which he deserved to get suspended in my opinion, probably was the best thing. So Craig Berube won't be able to play him because he should have played. I mean, I don't really think he's much of an NHL player. He's kind of not an everyday player anyway. But they need to improve their bottom six. You have to try something different. Put Steves in there. Grabenkin's been pretty good. He's got like 10 points in 13 games in the American Hockey League. He's been pretty good. He's a scrappy guy. Really nice goal the other day. Really nifty goal with the Marlies where he turned back, went to the backhand to forehand right in the slot and sniped one. Hey, give him a try. He's played in the KHL. He's played in the AHL now. He's played in the professional leagues. He's got some size. Why not call him up? My point is very simple. You can't... I do not look at this team as being able to compete for a cup if they cannot have a bottom six that produces at least not a great rate. You don't have to have the best bottom six in the world, but you just need to have bottom six that is giving you something. And here's the thing, Jarnkrok was the definition of that, a bottom six player that would give you something. He was a very good two-way player as well. His two-way play was excellent. Very, very good defensively. and he was also able to score some goals. Now, he's a little bit up and down with his offense. He would score, 20 goals one year, and he'll take a step back, whatever. Certainly wasn't lights out, but this is a bigger blow than you think, man. I was waiting for Jarnkrok to come back, but absolutely not. That's unfortunate. And when we started getting more and more updates on Jarnkrok, it was becoming pretty obvious that, it just unfortunately obvious. When they're saying, oh, he's going to take a look with a specialist, yeah, you know it's not sounding good, if you know what I mean. And now, with saying that, one other player that really needs to get going for the Leafs is Domi. He has been just awful. I mean, and again, a lot of people are saying, well, it's Berube-based system, and I'm like, you can't blame the coach's system for everything. Like, yes, there are players that are going to perform differently in different systems, but the guy's just got to be better, right? The guy's just got to be better. Nick Robertson, preseason hero, is giving the Leafs absolutely nothing. So just call up somebody, man. just you know what I mean? Just call up somebody, seeing if they could give them just something to be a decent player, a decent bottom six guy. I actually really like Grabankin. They have a goalie there, although we don't need goaltending. The Russian goalie, I can't even pronounce this guy's name, but his stats are pretty damn good, but who cares? We don't need goaltending right now. I am telling you, the number one thing that we need is offense from the bottom six. You are not going to win a cup if you're relying on your bottom players as much. And keep in mind, our bottom players generally don't score that well in the playoffs, to be fair. They generally take a step back in the playoffs, which is why it's even more important to have depth, unless our top players are going to, actually be able to play in the playoffs, but that's a bit of a stretch. But anyways, they've been all right lately. I'm not saying they've been terrible. They've been all right defensively. Their goaltending has been stellar, and Anthony Stolarz deserves so much credit. He's been unbelievable. He's a great goalie, man. But yes, this is a big loss for the Leafs, Jarnkrok, man. It's a bigger loss than you think. Anyways, I'm going to leave the video there. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, I would appreciate it. Tell me why I'm wrong and tell me why I'm right as well. And have a great day, guys. Goodbye.